Good morning and welcome to day 11. Just to de-glamorize it for any of you folks out there. We didn't sleep much last night. There was thunder and lightning, and there was one flash of lightning that was so bright, and then the thunder shook the ground, and
it was close.
Both of us freaked out a little.
It made me jump.
Yeah, my heart started racing. Also, all of our stuff is wet and muddy.
Well, not all of it.
Well, okay, even our quilts are damp.
Yeah,
there's somehow mud inside, muddy, wet stuff inside the tent.
Yeah, show the outside. How muddy. Like there was a lot of splatter from the rain. There's actually water all along here on the screen, and then all this mud on the outside, and there's water under the tent also. A lot of wetness.
Yeah, a lot of wetness. But we're going back to the hostel today so we can clean everything and dry it off. So, yeah, now we gotta go get the bear bags. We are about an hour into our day. I hope you can hear it. It's super windy. And there's a giant tree across the trail. So we're gonna have to figure out how to maneuver this. I know someone else was saying that there was a big tree down in this section. They were letting us know before we came here, but now we get to climb it for ourselves.
Good morning. Kelsey just went down a Blue Blaze spur trail to go get some water, and I'm hanging out in this windy gap, just waiting for her. I thought I would just give a little update. We had a beautiful moment of sunshine a little bit ago. It was such a treat, and we even had a little bit of a view, but now I guess we've gone down in elevation, so we're all in the fog again. But one thing I wanted to mention is I put some dry socks on this morning, and I put my feet in some plastic bags, and so far my feet are dry and comfortable. I guess they might get sweaty in a little bit, but in the meantime it's nice to have warm dry feet. So I just thought I would mention that. But otherwise, yeah, you can see in the background where we are. That's the trail that Kelsey went down to go get water down there. And yeah, lots of trees. Lots of trees, lots of wind. I'm feeling good this morning. Yesterday my hamstring was really bothering me a lot. I was kind of worried, but today is a new day, and so far, knock wood, everything feels good. My ankle is bothering me for some reason. I think sometimes you get general aches and pains, but it seems to just go away once I loosen up a little bit. Yes, this would have been easier if I was younger, but I'm having a great time.
We have made it to Addis Gap, which is where I was hoping we would make it yesterday, but it's not very windy down here, which is nice. So, yeah, they have a ton of campsites, water, but it's half a mile away, so I'm glad we got water earlier. And yeah, we're gonna hike on up. What is this mountain? Kelly Knob, which is supposedly a doozy. So,
but it's shorter, so
that's true. It is shorter, but it's steep. So, let's see. We are working our way up Kelly Knob, and it's incredibly windy and very cold, but you can see it all the way over there. The sun is out, so the fog in the clouds seems to be just around us, but we have, yeah, these videos never do it justice. we have a lot more climb to do, so let's go. We are at the top of Kelly Knob. That was the worst one.
That was a tough one.
That was hard. My lungs hurt a little. And there's no view.
Imagine that. Yet again.
Yet again. So,
Oh well.
down we go, I guess. My lungs and my legs. I can feel the lactic acid. But it's mostly down from here. As we've been standing up here, texting our pickup at Dick's Creek, the fog has moved a little bit, and you can kind of just see the outline of the mountains over there. So that's cool. We get a teensy-tiny bit of a view. We are getting the first views that we've had in, I don't even know how many days, but it is so pretty and the sun's starting to come out. Oh, such a beautiful day. So different from yesterday.
I love walking through these mountain laurel groves, I guess, or I don't know, stands. They always remind me of the manzanita trees from back home, even though the bark isn't orange and pretty like that, but they're a little bit squiggly. It's so nice to be walking in the sun right now. Really beautiful.
We are currently on the east side of the mountain, which means it is significantly warmer because there's no wind, but it's so pretty. So I just thought I would take you guys through here for a minute or two. Actually, probably not that long. Oh, it's wet. Okay, I'm gonna put my phone down. It is about 12:50, and I think we have a mile left, all down, basically all downhill, to get to Dick's Creek Gap. My body's a little sore or tired today. What we did yesterday didn't feel that hard yesterday, but then everything we've done today was hard. So I think my body is tired from yesterday and I probably haven't eaten enough. But we'll get into town, take a shower, wash our clothes, and evaluate because it's supposed to be incredibly rainy on Saturday and Sunday. Today's Thursday, by the way. And I personally don't want to get stuck in the 40-mile stretch with 2 days of pouring rain and no out. So we'll see. We have today, I guess, to figure out what we're doing this afternoon. Hello.
Hello.
We are back at the Green Dragon. I hoofed it down the hills and made Leslie hoof it down the hills.
As usual.
So we got picked up at about 1:15. Made it back to the hostel. I immediately got in the shower because my clothes were kind of damp, and so I just sort of had to chill, and I just stood under the burning hot water, and it was glorious. And we hung all of our stuff out to dry.
Yeah, there was a lot of wetness going on.
A lot of wetness.
It's all dry now, though.
Yeah.
Then we got settled and we went to the store. I got a huge salad at Ingles in Hiawassee.
I've eaten most of it, but
Kind of, my jaws tired from all that chewing.
and we got a giant thing of blueberries. They
Looking
look
forward
good.
to that.
And we have our third Red Baron pizza of the week.
Is it of the week?
I think so.
Oh my gosh.
Because we got to Neil Gap on day 5. And we
Right.
had one there.
Yeah.
So we're going to eat our pizza. Today the weather was really nice, although when we were on the west side of those hills coming down Trey Mountain, it was freezing. My hands were ice.
Why didn't you wear your gloves?
Because they were way down in my pack. Yeah. Speaking of, I gotta find them. Maybe they're not way down in my pack. I don't know where they are. But yeah, we did some chatting. All we really know is what we're doing tomorrow.
Yeah, we're gonna do a slack pack tomorrow.
There's
from Blue Ridge
Gap to
back
Dix
to Dix
Creek.
Creek.
So our first southbound section. But that Blue Ridge is part of the 40-mile wilderness. Except they can get us within like a half a mile of the Blue Ridge Gap. So we'll have a little extra half a mile, and then about 6 miles southbound. Because the weather is supposed to be really nice tomorrow. But Saturday and Sunday, it's supposed to be really not nice. It's supposed to be wet, and Sunday night, it's going to be like low 20s. And I don't want to be out there in that. So we'll see. We're going to reevaluate tomorrow, see what's happening. It's fairly clear where I'm leaning. But yeah, we're trying to figure out how to be respectful of each other's boundaries.
Right. Like, I always want to hike less. I'm not able to hike as much as Kelsey.
So like every day we've been stopping before where I would ideally like to go to. And I will say in the beginning, I was not the best about it, but I'm getting better. Like yesterday, I even found sort of a stealth site that I don't think Leslie noticed. And I was like, well, we could camp here.
I didn't notice it because I was so...
Yeah. So I found like a site. So I thought that was some character growth for me. But...
And then I need to respect Kelsey's dislike or discomfort with cold and wet together.
I'll do one or the other. I really, really don't like them together. I learned that last night.
That was a bit extreme last night, I think. That rain and the lightning and everything.
Could happen again. And going up into North Carolina, it gets higher, so it gets colder. And I don't mind the cold. Like I was looking at like the Monday through Wednesday weather. There's like potentially even some snow happening at night. But you know, we would be dry. So a low of 23 or whatever, like we have warm gear. I'm fairly certain we'll be fine in that temperature. So we're working on it. But I really don't want to be wet and cold. And it wasn't that I was cold while I was sleeping. Like when I was sleeping, I was actually hot and I was throwing things off. And I was fine while we were moving and hiking. Like I was actually kind of having a blast. But anytime we would stop and it like, once we got to camp and set up our tent and stuff, we got in at 3:30 maybe.
Yeah, around 3.
And I don't think I was warm until 6:30 maybe.
Really?
Like it took me, and my body doesn't regulate temperature very well, so that's sort of something that I have to be careful about. But once I get a chill or once I get cold, it takes forever for me to warm back up. That's why I jumped in the shower the second we got here.
So maybe for you, one of the things, like, anytime we stop, like, you just need to put another layer on.
I did. I put all my layers on when we were in the shelter.
Oh, that's right, for lunch.
And I was still cold.
Yeah. That was a cold shelter. It was up high. The wind was blowing.
It was on top of Trey Mountain.
It was raining.
But anyway, before we blabber on forever.
Yeah, you've probably fast forwarded through all of this, a lot of you.
That's the gist. We're going to eat our pizza now and go to bed early because
Early.
we are so tired. And I'm sore. Like back how I was hobbling around day 3 and day 4. That's how I'm feeling today.
Yeah.
Those 17 miles, what's another version of I can't say, whooped my behind.
Kicked your derriere.
Kicked my derriere.
Yeah, my legs are tired too. It was a lot of elevation gain.
It was a lot. So yeah, that's our plan. Tomorrow it'll only be like 6.5 miles. Very reasonable, which is funny considering that's about what we started at. 6.5 was like, oh, that's a tough
Right.
day. And now we're going 6.5.
Piece of cake.
What an easy day. We'll be done by noon or 1 o'clock.
Oh, probably will.
Probably noon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Today we were done with
a little over
7
7.
something miles. We started at almost 9 and we were done at 1:15.
Yeah, and we'll get there earlier, so
Yeah.
yeah, we'll be done early. So, anyway, we're gonna eat our pizza. Maybe we'll check in later, maybe we won't.
Yeah, I think you got the recap
Yeah.
of the day.
If we don't check in, you'll get our highlight and character builder tomorrow. So,